Is the CEO of Kenyan International Emergency Services. Thank you so much. I mean, obviously, we're focusing on the human impact first, but there's a knock-on impact now from the fact that this huge ship is just lying there. Are you concerned about what's about to unfold?
Oh, absolutely. I've been concerned since I've seen it start. The 100 years that we've been involved in this business, the first thing that people should remember is that human element. There are 6 deceased people and, 12, 16 that are missing. Each one of those is a family that's going to have a huge impact. Their life will never be the same. Environmentally, I think that's the next crisis that's coming. But this is an example of an industry that has not come to grips with the massive amount of people that they are carrying, the fuel that they carry, and the potential for damage that's caused when these accidents occur. This is an industry that doesn't need any more wake-up calls. It doesn't need public relations. It needs to focus on being better prepared for these type of events and responding in a much more responsible manner.
It's interesting that you're talking about the industry, because this is an industry problem, isn't it? Because that image, for anyone considering a cruise, will put them off.
Oh, it's huge for the industry, and it's not just Carnival. It's not just Costa. It is the industry as a whole. There have been accidents year after year. A ship was grounded Saturday in the Bahamas. These things aren't unexpected.
The ships are getting too big for the ports. They're just pushing things too tight, right? Because they get clearance to go into these ports.
I think they're pushing the fact that humans still operate these ships. Humans build these ships.
And there's not enough flexibility when they're going into a place like this area of Italy where it got grounded.
You look at a number of ships that they try to put into these cruises, to these shipping lines. You look at the number of people they're putting on these ships. There is a breaking point that has quickly, if not already, been reached.
So they've been tested, these routes. So you're saying that there isn't enough margin of error there for human error?
I'm saying that humans make mistakes. We look at the aviation industry. An airplane carries maximum 500 passengers. And the amount of legislation and regulation, and airlines still know that accidents can and do occur randomly, or very rarely, fortunately. Just like sea accidents are rare. But when they occur, there has to be a plan on how they respond to them.
I'm under the impression that the airline industry works more cohesively as an industry. Is that right? Am I right in saying that?
Oh, the airline industry has made great strides in learning how to respond to the rare accident.
So the cruise industry, or the whole shipping industry, needs to really get together in an emergency manner and sort something out as an industry issue because of this one disaster.
The cruise industry is the most atrocious industry that I've ever come across when looking at planning for and responding to the loss of a ship or loss of human life.
Which will be apparent now, so what should they do now? Can they really coordinate in the way you're suggesting?
Until passengers make decisions with their pocketbooks and decide not to take cruises,
nothing's going to change.
Or until governments say we have to do the cruise industry what was done to the airline industry, there won't be any change, because so far it's an industry that has not wanted to make a change. It's an industry that's given lip service to that message.
We can assume that passengers are going to use their pocketbooks to vote now. Or am I
hope they
jumping
do.
the gun?
I hope they do, but consumers, passengers, have a short-term memory. And when the next big story makes this story go away,
and there's going to be
forget.
some bargains around as well, let's be honest.
Well, I think back in December, Carnival was already telling everyone they were going to lower the fares because of the weak euro.